hands after the Portuguese were unable to get onto it.
It was Gustavo. Anyone who thought Abdul Rahman Al Jassim would have an easy game as a referee, think again. He had some decisions to make in the first half. The first half, Neymar.
He's also had to keep up with play as well.
He's only 35, so he's one of the younger referees out there. Mbappe. Had a little bit of time off after the World Cup, but he did play a couple of games and then he had a little break. He actually turned up for training on the Wednesday after the World Cup final, which takes some doing. Some of the PSG staff didn't actually expect him to turn up, but ultimate professional. Bernat. Mbappe. Oh, lovely back flick. One Bernat. Will this be two? No. Sanchez. Hakimi. Hakimi gets it back from Messi. They're just lining up, prepared to throw men forward.
Well, there was a little tap there through by the referee that really perhaps set up that ball. Usually think it should have really been blown back for a drop ball, but it allowed this chance to be set up. Bernat again is getting quite a lot of joy down that left side. Really good defensive interception. Saw it bypass three Paris Saint-Germain players coming into the box looking to get onto it.
24 minutes gone. It's 1-0 to PSG. Lionel Messi with a delicate but very clever goal early on, 3rd minute. The difference so far, but be brave to bet against any more goals here. Two teams really going for it. There's Abdul Hamid, who's been busy down this left-hand side, the Al Hilal left back.
Yeah, there's no reverse gear on him. He really does like to get forward. He was the man, though, that pulled down Paredes for the penalty that saw Lionel Messi give Argentina the lead.
Well, Mbappe's through. Is there an offside? It doesn't look like it. Kylian Mbappe for two. The lead is doubled. Let's see if the flag goes up, and it does. There is VAR in attendance today. Let's have a look at that one. This is not quite the angle to have a look at it. It was a lovely piece of work from Messi.
Well, it was the fullback came forward and sold himself short, but Messi couldn't get the ball away before Mbappe had started off. And, of course, he's got such lightning speed that unless you get the pass absolutely on the money, he's going to be past the defender before you know it. And, unfortunately, that was the case there for him.
Cristiano Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr.
Might have gone to Al Hilal, but they have a transfer ban at the moment.
Yep.
So Al Nassr swept in and took the glory.
Abdul Hamid wants it back, gets it back. Al Kabari. Al Boulay. Luis Gustavo with the long ball to Ronaldo. I think we're seeing a lot of that in the Saudi League over the next few months. Oh, brilliant flick back from Ronaldo. Hakimi clears up. That was a brilliant vision from Ronaldo. That's the kind of stuff that you can still see from him. I've lost a little bit of pace, but still that vision and wonderful touch. Neymar at the other end. A nice open match, this one. Neymar. Mbappe. Neymar's come close a couple of times. This opening 26 minutes. Ruiz. Messi. Will he go for the shot? Messi tries his luck. Just over.
Well, I'm not quite sure what Luis Gustavo was thinking there, allowing Messi to come back onto his left foot and shoot unopposed. But that all started off from a really nice piece of anticipation. We were talking about Ronaldo's back heel, but it was the anticipation by Hakimi that stopped it getting through to Al Dasawi that set up that attack.
Well, it must have been a touch there. It's a corner. Punched out by Al Owais. Messi back to Hakimi. Messi again. Maraga's scampering after that. He's an all-action centre forward. Is Maraga, born just outside of Paris. Mali international. Go back to Navas in goal. Quite a few familiar names playing in Riyadh. Alvaro Gonzalez, the former Marseille man, not playing here, nor is David Ospina, former Nice and Arsenal goalkeeper. Unfortunately, he's injured. Gilles Conan, Ivory Coast international. So it's a pretty metropolitan league these days, you know, the Saudi league.
Yeah, Odion Ighalo is also injured as well. He's one of the top scorers in the Saudi Arabian professional league.
Al Nassr do currently lead the league. They're 30 points from 13 games. Ahead of Al Hilal, who have 29 points. As Gustavo clears up, just a 1 point gap. And Al Ittihad, who another giant of Saudi Arabian football, on 28 points as Martinez is fouled.
Yeah, they were in action earlier today, actually. There were a couple of Saudi Arabian professional league games played before the kickoff of this exhibition game, this gala performance.
46th year of the league, 12 clubs. It's going to be increased to 18. Coaches, interestingly, from 12 different nations. So it's a very international league, certainly when it comes to coaching. Players as well. There is a limit now of 8 foreigners from 7. Here's one. Marega. Well to turn and beat Ramos. Well, that was just half the job. Lionel Messi, the difference so far. Neymar just skips past his man and gets past Gustavo, his countryman. Can't get past Al-Boulaye. It's a man mountain of a defender. Al Hilal are the defending champions of the Saudi League. Al Nassr looking to get their 10th title. That's been Al Hilal who've dominated the last few years. Actually, the 3-time defending champions are Al Hilal.
Yeah, they went to the Club World Cup, which is just about to start again in 2019. And unfortunately, Al Boulaye scored an own goal in the semi-final against Flamenco. Yeah, that was won by Liverpool, actually, against the South Americans in the final.
Yeah, Club World Cup will start in a couple of weeks with Al Hilal there. It will take place in Morocco. Ramos to Bernat for PSG, who scored early on. Nearly scored a second or third so far. The Riyadh season team just about holding them out. Messi, Neymar, brilliant footwork. Bernat, Mbappe. Korean defender just ushering the ball out.
Yeah, good work by Jang Hung-soo, 31-year-old centre-back who can obviously play out on the wide of the defence and also in defensive midfield, the former FC Tokyo man.
It just shows how international this league is, with Asian players here, a lot of South Americans and Africans. Marega, one of them, just tries to keep on his feet. The Paris-born Mali international.
Sergio Ramos just biting his ankles as he went past.
Yeah, that's a real clash still, isn't it? Two strong guys, centre forward and centre back. Played in a good spirit, but certainly very, very competitive. And Riyadh.
Yeah, it's a nice surprise, isn't it?
Yeah, Martinez will take this one. Gonzalo Titi Martinez, the 2-time Copa Libertadores winners. Ronaldo looking for the header. Gets close to it. Gets a clattering from Navas. Well, Navas
maybe
and Ronaldo.
Yeah. I think Navas is going to be fine.
Navas will be okay, but I think the fans wondering, what is that? For a second, I was wondering if Mr. Al Jassim was pointing to the penalty spot. We have seen that a couple of times, and judging by the body language of some of the PSG players,
well, he threw
the
himself
Qatari
in.
ref has given a pen.
It's definitely onside, and well, not quite sure how I could see this as a penalty, to be quite honest with you. Ronaldo throws himself at it, and they just hit each other. I'm not sure how that's a foul one way or the other.
Two players with their eyes very much on the ball. I agree with you there. And anyone who thought this would just be a friendly kickabout, think again. PSG not happy that there's a suggestion of a penalty. This is a good look at it. Ronaldo definitely looking at the ball, and I think Navas did too much wrong there, did he, Angus?
Well, the thing is, they both missed the ball. So if Ronaldo had got something on the header, then I would see the point. But you could argue, I mean, it's actually, in some sense, it's quite refreshing that the decision has gone the way of the outfield player. Those sorts of decisions usually go the way of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, some say keepers overprotected in the modern age. There's no doubt, if it's a foul, it's a penalty. They're the rules of football. The question is it a foul?
And all those matches for Real Madrid have been forgotten between each other. Those Champions League wins, Liga titles. And in the end, I think maybe the respect between the two players, they came through in the end, because clearly Navas does not think that was a penalty.
But he's got a yellow card into the bargain. Poor old Keylor Navas doesn't play too much football. Maybe that's another element as well, in as much as he hasn't had too much goalkeeping practice of late. The result is a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's got a huge bruise appearing underneath his left eye by the looks of it. Yeah, you can see that there.
Yeah, sort of boxer's wound.
Yeah.
Well, there's no doubt he didn't put it on. I mean, that was not a dive or anything like that. They definitely hit each other, but that's the point.
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo clearly in a bit of pain, but he's a determined player and he wants to score his first goal in Saudi Arabia. It's Ronaldo against Navas. Navas got a touch, but Ronaldo scores the goal. Just got a big whack under the eye. You can see what it means to the local fans and dignitaries as well. It's Riyadh 1, PSG 1.
Well, he'd only scored one goal for Manchester United this season in the Premier League at Goodison Park back in October.
It was a decent effort from Navas, just hit with too much power, Angus.
Well, it was a classic penalty. He and Messi both very confident from spot kicks. Even if Navas had got a better dive, too high for him.
The first Ronaldo celebration in Saudi Arabia for the Riyadh season team. So we have a match on our hands. It's one apiece. And PSG were not happy with that award being given. That shows this is a competitive fixture. Look forward to the next hour of this match. There will be a penalty shootout if it stays like this, and a trophy to be awarded, the Riyadh season trophy, as the crowd are on their feet screaming Ronaldo, and screaming PSG as well. Good match on our hands here, one apiece at the King Fahd Stadium. We haven't seen too much of the coaches so far. Marcelo Gallardo is coaching this home team, the Riyadh team, up against Christophe Galtier, of course.
48 goals he scored in his best ever league season for Real Madrid back in the 2014-15 season. Messi, though, a couple of seasons before that, had reached 50 goals in the Liga when both of them were at the height of their powers.
701 club goals before today as Neymar whacked to the turf by Ronaldo. It was Gustavo. I think they both went for him there, but making sure Neymar wasn't going to make any more progress. Messi. Hakimi. I wonder how PSG will react to that. Might tackle. Al-Boulaye. Back to Alois, who clears.
Saud Abdelhamid with a great tackle, because there is no doubting the power and the threat that Achraf Hakimi brings down that right-hand side.
And Navas showing he's a pretty good footballer as well as a goalkeeper. Marquinhos.
Both the big guns have scored.
Yep. And Ronaldo will certainly have a black eye tomorrow. He's got a big red bruise under that left eye of his.
Oh.
Mbappe, brilliantly done. Skips past two players. Mbappe cleared by El-Boulaye. Is that going to be a corner?
Who would be a right-back in modern-day football against Paris Saint-Germain or the French national team? He's scary. Full tilt. Perfect control of the ball. Absolutely no chance there for Sultan Al Ghanam, the Saudi Arabian international right-back.
Yeah, it was a fascinating battle when he came up against Hakimi, wasn't it, when France played Morocco. Two very good friends. They're genuinely good friends off the pitch, and coming literally face-to-face in that World Cup game in Qatar. It was great prospect, and France coming out winners that time. Ruiz, new signing, as is Renato Sanchez. New midfield for PSG. Soler in there as well. 3 new buys. We'll see some changes in the second half. Messi, 3 ahead of him. Renato Sanchez didn't go off Neymar. Worked pretty well. That's a super pass through to Soler into the danger area. Hacked out by Al Almari.
There's a good ball in again from the left-hand side. They're going to have to be very, very, very careful, because when you've got Hakimi down one side and Juan Bernat, who's not quite as attacking as Nuno Mendes, but nevertheless still presents a threat, they are able to create such width.
The chat between Gustavo and Ramos, and what that's about.
2 masters of the dark arts in football.
Abdulrahman Al Jassim just telling the players to concentrate on the football, a little bit less pushing and shoving. Messi's corner. Riyadh team win the ball up. Whoa, down. Al Dosari. What's going to be the decision from Abdulrahman Al Jassim, I wonder? It's a red. Would you believe it? It's a red card in this exhibition game. Al Dosari was through, and minutes after what you could say was a controversial penalty, Juan Bernat has got his marching orders, and PSG are down to 10.
Astonishing. He's only ever had 1 red card in his professional career, in his first season with Paris Saint-Germain. Now let's see. Well, Achraf Hakimi was climbing all over the back of his man as well, as you'll see. Look at this. Over the top of Martinez. Al Dosari's pace, and it's not a good tackle, but I don't know, is it really the sort of match you want to hand a red card out for that? Well, I mean, it's not a goal-scoring opportunity, but goodness me, if you thought if there was any doubt whether or not this is a friendly, I think it's been removed.
That's for sure, and you can see that from the reaction of PSG players. Well, I think it's all about what you said. Was that a goal-scoring opportunity? It's a non-factual decision for Abdulrahman Al Jassim. That means he makes the decision. That's not a decision for VAR, and according to the Qatari ref, it's a red card for Juan Bernat. So Christophe Galtier, who we saw a few seconds ago,
Lionel Messi's watching it.
Yeah, well,
I think he's technically the last man, I suppose, but on the halfway line, that seems a bit of a stretch.
Salam Al Dosari, who scored that wonderful goal in the World Cup, down, and poor Juan Bernat.
Can't believe it.
I don't think many people can believe there's a red card in an exhibition game, but this is a really competitive match. The question is, will Galtier take off Mbappe, Neymar, or Messi? He surely needs a left back. Marquinhos having a word, and this was the challenge again. We'll judge that for yourself. Late challenge, and down goes Al Dosari, and out came the red card. Well, for the moment, no substitute. That will give some extra hope to Ronaldo and the Riyadh season team. And it's Galtier. Is that a 3-2? Maybe 2 up front, 3 in the middle. Got 4 minutes to hold out and then reshuffle the pack at half-time. Al Dosari. Riyadh would love to nick one here and go in ahead. Ronaldo, it's a nice diagonal run. Turns. Abdul Hamid wants it back. Comes through to the big man, Marega. Jang.
It's Fabian Ruiz who's slotted in at left back at the moment.
Renato Sanchez scrapping for that, and the PSG will feel a little hard done by and want to score, even with 10. Neymar and Mbappe outside him. Here is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, corner.
Well, we've seen him do that so often in Liga and especially in the Champions League this season as well, where he's been right up there amongst the top scorers, turning back onto his right foot, either going to the far post or the near post. It doesn't matter to him. Would have been a great reply to that red card if he'd managed to score there, though.
Ruiz. Mbappe, 4 in the box. Marquinhos! It's 2-1! Would you believe it? Marquinhos up for the corner. Mbappe finds his captain. And Paris Saint-Germain have the lead in this very competitive match against Riyadh. It's Riyadh 1, PSG 2.
Well, the sort of goal that you would expect Mbappe to have popped in and turned up to put away. Lovely piece. Marquinhos, usually a player who scores with his head at set pieces. But they didn't really press. Allowed Mbappe to pick his spot into the box. And the other man going in there was actually the other centre-back, Sergio Ramos. So it would have been a centre-back either way.
Marquinhos has scored a couple in the league. And he would have enjoyed that. It's slightly off the shins, but after what's happened in the opening 43-odd minutes... No, actually, I take that back.
I think that's a lovely little dink.
Yeah, actually, that was...
It's a lovely little dink from Marquinhos.
It was. My apologies. I thought it actually just come off the shin. It was actually a brilliant piece of improvisation. And Marcelo Gallardo, a first look at the Argentine legend. Can't quite believe what's happened playing against 10. But if you've got 10 players of this quality, there's always danger. And it's 2-1 Paris Saint-Germain. Fans are somewhat stunned after that. You think, well, down to 10, PSG might defend in the closing seconds of the half.
Well, I think they'll be particularly annoyed because they could understand it if it was Neymar, Messi or Mbappe, but for Marquinhos to come forward and finish like that as much as anything else must be a bit hard to take.
He's scored some big goals over the years, including the latter stages of Champions League, of course, and that was a lovely finish. Absolutely right there. He just adjusted his foot to get it in. Marega. Al-Dassari scrapping for that. Bit of risk there. Al-Kabari wins that one. Luis Gustavo, Martinez, Ronaldo. Is she looking for a third in this first half? Messi, Mbappe still. Lionel Messi onto that left boot of his, and it's back to Kylian Mbappe. Good save from Al-Owais, and very nearly a third.
Well, Mohamed Al-Owais, he kept his side in the World Cup through the defeats against Poland and Mexico, gave every chance.
Mbappe. Neymar. The give and go, brilliantly done. Neymar skips past his man. Is that a penalty? No, says Abdul Rahman Al Jassim.
VAR is talking to him, though.
Certainly are. And I think a rather nervous Al Boulay just wants to get on with it. Let's have another look at that one.
Yeah, Neymar there losing his trickery. Well, he's going down, I think. There is a hand out, though. There's no doubt about that by Ali Al Boulay.
Seen those given, but the decision, I think this time, is play on. Neymar, the most fouled player against him, in other words, in Liga. Not on the end of a foul there.
Good defending, actually, in the end here that stopped Messi shooting straight away, but really good off his line was Mohamed Al-Owais, and that cut down the angle for Mbappe to be able to go for. I thought he might actually try and chip the keeper from there.
VAR is going to have a look at that, and our referee Abdul Rahman Al Jassim will go to the monitor. Let's see what the Qatari ref makes of that foul. That's what VAR is there for. It's the angle to have a look at it. Was that a foul? Judge that for yourself.
Well, the thing is there a clear and obvious error made by the referee? There is contact. It's not very much. What's the referee going to decide? Is he going to stick with his decision or is he going to change it? Oof. He's going to change
Penalty.
it.
Neymar relieved, and Neymar will think he's justified the foul from Al Boulay, and PSG have a real chance to score a second goal with only 10 on the pitch.
Neymar on Mbappe to take this. Both have done so. Neymar earned the penalty. Neymar will take it.
Certainly will. Neymar against Al Oais. He didn't actually take a penalty in that shootout for Brazil in the World Cup.
I think he was supposed to be the fifth taker, wasn't he?
Certainly was.
But Marquinhos missed his, and that ended it.
Neymar with a chance to get some clear blue water between PSG and the Riyadh season team. Saved. Tried to put Alois the wrong way, and the Saudi keeper read it.
Well, it was the usual run-up. He stutters his run-up. He looks to see where the keeper is going to go, and Alois just waited for him.
Well, to say this first half has been action-packed, not giving it the credit it deserves. Had a red card, about a missed penalties. 2-1 for PSG. Ronaldo into the box intelligently. Well, I thought he was going to go down there. Ronaldo. Hakimi up against him. First touch not quite the best, but it's going to be a free kick. Foul on Martinez.
Yeah, that was a bit fortunate for the home side because his first touch was heavy. He then tried to be clever, and Ronaldo Sanchez came in. Here's the his classic run-up from Neymar, but Alois was waiting for it. It is not very often that you see Neymar fail to convert a penalty.
He's got that style that he's made his own, and as you're saying, it almost always works. Not that time, and that's a bruise under Ronaldo's left eye is getting bigger and bigger.
Now, what was I saying earlier? Direct free kick, and Cristiano Ronaldo will be very, very keen to take this with a patented style.
Distinctive walk back. Ronaldo has scored a penalty. Nervy looking PSG players in the wall. Referee just insisting that the players stay back. Ronaldo goes through that routine again. 4 steps back. Might be a bit of a let-off for Riyadh. Penalty saved. This might be the last kick of the first half. Ronaldo into that wall. Second shot into the wall as well. Neymar. The first half we've had. Can't take your eyes off this one.
Nearly 5 minutes of time added on as well at the end of this first half.
Yeah, with that penalty, I think that's justified. Abdul Hamid. Dangerous cross. It's off the post from Ronaldo. Danger not over. Ronaldo scored again. Would you believe it? The ball cannoning off the post. And Ronaldo showing he's still got that goal-scoring touch. Incredibly, at the King Fahd Stadium, it's PSG 2, Riyadh 2.
Well, he kept his eye on the ball, didn't he? Basically, in that was not allowing your head to drop after disappointment from a first failed attempt. The free kick first, then the rebound. Ball stayed there. He stayed in a dangerous position. That's why he scored so many goals over the years. Looks onside to me. It's a magnificent header off the post, and he's sharp as anything to get onto that rebound. It's not an easy finish either when that comes in. He's got to hoik that back from where it's coming. And, well, they have got 11 men against 10 of Paris Saint-Germain, so it shouldn't be too surprising that they have scored something. It's a cracking game, Andreas. This is a great warm-up, I think. This is not a runabout for Paris Saint-Germain. This is a proper test.
Anything but. And Ronaldo wants to prove that he's still got that goal-scoring instinct. He scored 2 already today. And that is it for the first half. At the King Fahd Stadium in Riyadh, it's PSG 2, the Riyadh season 2 at half-time. We've had 45 explosive minutes, and Ronaldo, with that bruise rapidly developing under his left eye. Let's hope he's okay for the weekend, because he's going to play his first league match there. Scored a penalty, scored again. Messi scored, Marquinhos scored, and PSG have missed a penalty.
Well, that's a half that had everything in it, isn't it? It really is. I mean, there was no gentle runabout. There was that's a proper game, taken very seriously by everybody, including the referee, who sent off Juan Bernat towards the end of that half. And well, hopefully the second half will